In this lesson, we're going to take a look at my solo guitar arrangement for In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. And this is probably not as advanced as some of the other arrangements that I've presented here. I've tried to keep this one simple and a little easier to play. So it's not really going to get into trying to represent all of the fancy drum fills, the huge sounding drum fills, and the busier bass lines that come in later in the song. Perhaps we'll save that for a follow-up lesson down the road, which would be at a slightly more advanced level. So as I said, for now, this is a pretty easy song. It really only it's based on 3 chords, D minor, C, and B flat. And the melody note in both the verse and the chorus does tend to kind of focus around one note a lot, which is the D in the key of D minor. It is the root or the tonic of that key. So the challenge here in putting together the arrangement and keeping it simple was that you've got a song that, if you're familiar with the original recording, is very open sounding, almost ethereal sounding, with not a lot of motion, and a melody that does tend to focus a lot around one particular note. So your challenge is, how do you make this song build from section to section and create some excitement and interest in it? So what I've done with the song is I have arranged the verses of the song in tighter, smaller voicings. So we're kind of focusing on the open D string, the 4th string, and the melody on the D just 1 octave above that, possibly adding one note with those voicings as well, or just leaving it alone as a melody note and a bass note in the verses. Then when we get to the chorus, we're going to go up 1 octave with the melody. So now I'm adding a full D minor chord, a triad, to the melody, and that's, as I said, up 1 octave. The bass part is going to drop an octave to the low string, which I have tuned down from E to D. So the arrangement is in drop D tuning, and now we've got a much wider, fuller sounding chorus than verse. We can also add some dynamics when we get to that section to play the choruses a little louder. And then when we get back to the verses, they can get quieter as we go back to the smaller voicings that are a little tighter with just an octave between the bass note and the melody note. So yeah, in that respect, we will be kind of adding a little bit more motion, a little more excitement to the song. And if you're a Phil Collins fan or a fan of this song, In the Air Tonight, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy this lesson a lot. So if you're ready, let's get started.